Hello, so I'm actually doing a comparison between ASCC, our latest critical illness plan, and PWCC. So before PWCC, there was triple critical cover, which means that you can claim up to 3 times. Then we move on to PWCC, up to 5 times. And of course, right now we no longer have PWCC, which we have phased out, and in place we have absolute critical cover. So for any of you who are watching this and actually wondering what's the difference, here is a very quick video, as well as why we actually want to take a look at our plans is because, and why we phase out is because we always have new features to introduce to our plan. This is a very good way for clients to, number one, review their premiums, and number two, relook into whether the plan that they're paying actually gives them the maximum coverage for what they can have at that moment. Okay, so this is actually one thing that is very beneficial for clients to always continuously review their plans, because what is just like, why would you want to pay for iPhone 10? Of course, if iPhone 10 actually meets your needs, that's good enough. But then if we have iPhone 14, if you just top up a little bit, right, it might actually give you that a lot more benefits that iPhone 14 actually has. Okay, so that's just a very quick example. So to dive deep into the difference between power critical cover and absolute critical cover. Okay, so I'll actually just be talking about the plan itself first. As for the power reset feature, it actually is separated from ASCC. So that is actually under a separate rider. Clients can actually opt for whether they want to take up the rider or not. Of course, in my own opinion, the power reset is the one that gives the most value for money, and the one that who can keep claiming time and time again. So I think that is the best. So I definitely would recommend the booster to fit into your budget. So first and foremost is that for power critical cover, okay, you can actually only claim up to 250K, but in ASCC, you can claim up to 350K. Okay, so we actually increase the maximum claim limit. Everything all else still stays the same. Once a claim for CI benefit has already been admitted, we will the current insured amount will actually be reduced. Okay, so it still stays the same. And the total number of conditions is still the same, 73 in total. Okay. The next thing would actually be, okay, so I will skip about the power relapse. Now I will talk about the pre-early benefit. Okay. So under the pre-early benefit, first would actually be the benign tumor. Okay, I just put side by side for you to compare. For this PWCC, still the same. We will pay 10% subjected maximum of 25K. Okay, it shall not reduce the insured amount for the policy. Okay, and that there's a waiting period of 90 days. Same. Okay, the next one will actually be chronic disease benefit. Under chronic disease benefit under PWCC also still stays the same. Okay, 10% of the insured amount subjected to maximum 10K. Okay, and any payment will not reduce the overall amount and 90 days. However, we actually took out 2 to 4 in PWCC, and we actually replaced it up to 7. Okay, so all these are all new. And it actually means that that is pretty that is a big difference already. Okay, and then we also took out the cardiovascular disease benefit, so we no longer have this. And in place we actually have the senior silver benefit, which means that we actually will cover all the way until following from 51st birthday, pay 10% of the insured amount subjected to maximum 25K. Again, it will not reduce. And this is benign prostate glaucoma, which is very, 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 very common, and urinary incontinence. I think I already had about 3 to 5 clients who actually claim for glaucoma already. Okay, and the other one would actually be special condition. So special condition, it is mentioned here. Okay, you'll pay 20% up to 25K, and then instead of 1 to 15, we actually have increased that to 25. Yeah, so spinal disease, okay, we actually incorporated right, congenital, the cardiovascular, we already put it inside, and we actually included osteoporosis. Okay, we include inside this one. Okay, and then central sleep apnea, yeah, which is not featured inside. Okay, so you have, instead of 15, we increase that to 25. All right. And another feature that we have in PWCC is called the safety net benefit. Under the safety net benefit, including for the 65 plan and the 75 plan, right? It means that we will actually pay you 20% of the insured amount subjected to a maximum of 25K. Should you actually be admitted into ICU for whatever reason for at least 4 days, okay, the payment shall not reduce the insured amount. And then also a waiting period of 90 days. So this, once again, I think this is pretty cool because for ICU stay, it can be accident, it can be hospital stay, it can be anything, and that itself is already 20% of the insured amount subjected to 25K. So meaning if your base plan itself is about 100K, you actually get an amount of 20K. So I think that's pretty good, which was not covered inside the PWCC. Yeah, and then the other part would actually be for the PWCC is up to 75 or 100, but in for ASCC, the latest one, we have 65, 75, and 100. So for those who are actually looking for just short-term coverage up to 65, you actually can opt for that. So that will actually reduce your premium as well. Okay, and now I'll actually talk about the power reset feature, which is an additional booster inside the for the ASCC. Okay, so for the power relapse, for the power reset feature, okay, also similarly, okay, enforced for 12 months, and there is no cap on the times where it can be granted, similar to the PWCC. And for the power relapse benefit, okay, also in here, also it shall not be more than 200%. Also is here, okay, shall not be more than 200%. Once a claim has been paid out, it would actually reduce the, okay, amount payable for the power relapse benefit. Okay, and then for the power relapse critical illnesses, okay, it would actually be the same as for that, and there's also a 2-year waiting period. So the difference is that under PWCC, the reset was actually embedded inside, but under the ASCC, it's taken out as a separate one so that people can actually decide whether they want to opt in or not as an additional rider. So for under the ASCC, you actually have the booster as a rider, and of course the premium waiver as a rider. Okay, so I hope this helps to clarify. Other than that, there's no other key benefits that I point out in the ASCC. And if you actually, for those, if you're looking at somebody who is 30 years old, a female, and she actually previously she has paid about 1,006 for the same plan. Okay, if I were actually to have to do a replacement of to switch the plan, okay, same amount, same benefits, all she needs to do is just top up about $50, $50 to $60 per month, and she gets the additional benefits. All right, see you.